With your Storm Team weather, here is Chief Meteorologist Aaron Ayers, sponsored by Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
All right, we had a fairly warm day here in the Concho Valley in the 80s for us, in the upper 80s. Expect us to get to the 90s as we go to tomorrow and in the days ahead. We've got another warm day ahead of us tomorrow. Cold front swings through on Thursday for us. That brings us some cooler days. Dry conditions are going to continue for us here in the Concho Valley for the days to come. Our almanac today, we got up to 89 degrees today. We average around 80 for a high. Our record of 102 back in 1926. It's not very common, but it still does happen that we get to a 100-degree day here in October. Low this morning at 49 degrees. Average low is around 55, so we're below average this morning. 38 degrees was the record back in 1949 out at Mathis Field. Temperatures across the area this evening getting down into the 70s, 74 in Robert Lee, 72 in Grape Creek, 71 here in San Angelo, 74 in Eden, 75 in Menard, 69 down in Roosevelt. So seeing those upper 60s, low 70s across the Concho Valley. It's going to be a very different story tomorrow afternoon when we get temperatures into the upper 90s for us on Wednesday, likely to break a record high once again on our Wednesday. Temperature record stands at 95 for Wednesday, likely to get to 96, maybe even a little bit higher as we go into tomorrow. Cold front comes in on Thursday. That brings us back into the 70s and 80s for us as we go into our weekend. Taking a look at clouds and radar across the nation tonight. Not seeing much going on across a good chunk of the country, especially here in the central part of the country, through portions of Texas and even into portions of the southeast. All the rain's up into portions of New England. And then portions of the upper plain states dealing with some showers tonight and some cloud cover up there in the northern half of the country. Here across the area, we're going to continue to remain dry here in the extended futurecast. Thursday, here comes our dry cold front, meaning we're not expecting showers or thunderstorms with this front coming through, but we are expecting much cooler temperatures. Temperatures getting into the 70s behind this front as we go into the days ahead and into next week. We remain dry through the days ahead through Tuesday of next week. Let's take a look at those temperatures as that cold front comes through. Another hint of fall for us, not necessarily on Wednesday with temperatures getting into the upper 90s, and then that cold front finally comes through with that taste of fall for us here in the Concho Valley on Thursday, with temperatures getting back into the 70s and then low 70s on Friday. Let's talk about rainfall. It's been very dry for us here across the Concho Valley. No rain at Mathis Field today in San Angelo, and no rain for the month. We're a little over an inch in deficit for the month. That's a little bit concerning for us here in the Concho Valley. But the good news is for the year, we're at a benefit, slight benefit there, almost 0.8 of an inch of benefit for the whole year. It's a little concerning when you look at the whole year. On average, when you look at monthly totals, October is our second wettest month on record. So keep that in mind when you take all the normals throughout the year for rainfall. October tends to be our second wettest month of the year, so that's going to be a little concerning if we don't get rain for the rest of the month. But for tonight, we get down to 56 degrees. Clear conditions here in the Concho Valley for our Wednesday. 98 degrees, sunny and warm for us. Winds out of the south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And as we go into the next 5 days here in the Concho Valley, another warm day on Wednesday. Then the cold front swings through Thursday, and that brings temperatures back into the 70s and 80s as we go into the weekend, and then back into the 70s as we go towards the middle of next week. We'll be back with more KSAN News right after this.